Recently, guys, I received an awesome gift from one of my bottle friends, Justin Johnson. He gave me a bunch of rare Nebraska sodas, some small town ones, some blown in a mold ones, some machine made ones. So this first one we got here is an Albion, Nebraska bottling works, capacity 7 ounces. It is a root bottle, you could see on the base there. And these are made from 1912 to 1930 and are considered scarce. So this is a nice bottle from out west you don't see too often. Really good root glass. The next bottle we have is an Auburn Carbonating Works, produced between 1906 and 1915, considered scarce. This bottle is a blown bottle made by the AB Co. and content 7 ounces is on the bottom. There is a squatty version of this soda. It's not too easy. I can show you what an example of a squatty soda looks like quick. So we have that. We have a squatty one. So there is an example of a squatty version of this Auburn Carbonating Works that is rare. Next bottle is a scarce 1920s bottle. This is the Chadron Creamery Co., Chadron, Nebraska. With a huge C on the bottom, you can see up there it's got a 7. This is probably made 1927, maybe, doubtful into the 30s, but still a really nice bottle. Tombstone embossing, but no slug, unfortunately. That'd be really cool to see on a younger bottle that is machine made, but unfortunately we don't get that, but it looks great. Next bottle we got here is dated in the 1920s. It is considered very rare. This is a Slug Plate Crawford Bottling Works from Crawford, Nebraska. Not much is known about this bottler, but it is a bottle from a smaller town, Nebraska town, and it's got an interesting style of bottle. I'd never seen these until I got this one, so it looks really good. Next bottle we got is a machine made one. It's an Ogsagok Estate, Crete, Nebraska. It is a registered. This bottle never sold, with the EOS for Og Selek, and it's just a really nice bottle. This is one people like to find just because the estate just looks really good on that bottle. So very nice one, awesome to have. This is another scarce bottle between 1912 and 1928 from David City Bottling Works. It's got a nice air bubble right there, and it looks really cool glass wise. Look at how that forms. So it's pretty unique looking bottle color wise in terms of the clearness. This is a blown bottle from the American Bottling Co. from Grand Island, Nebraska. It's in 8 ounce, which is not as common to see on a Nebraska soda. And this is a pretty common soda. These were made in Fremont, Omaha, and Grand Island, but a nice looking bottle. This bottle dates 1912. It is a Star Bottling Works from Geneva, Nebraska. The slug is embossed pretty low on this one for most sodas here. So it's a pretty unique bottle. It is blown, and it's probably coming out just as the hutches are beginning to finish, as hutches were made there 1900 to 1912. So this would have been in transition phase. Another very unique bottle, the Fall City Bottling Co. from Fall City. This bottle, not to be sold, is really unique. The seam line ends there, but then begins up there. So I don't know if this was an early machine made, but it is a good looking bottle. Cool looking base, just how that folds out. And yeah, good looking bottle. Another 1906 to 1915 bottle. The Hastings on the right is one that I actually glued together, but these are both variants, as you can see. They're both blown. This one has no base marking, but this one is actually embossed with HBW, which is really unique to see that they had the HBW going. It's interesting only for the fact that Holdridge, Nebraska, which is another soda that I got, a blown one, is also an HBW. So that's a really just unique thing in general. And those Holdridge bottles are probably 1909, I believe, is when that one has its embossing base mark. So really cool. So on the right, we have a Carney Coca-Cola script from 1908 to 1914, along with a Midway bottling work from J.E. Keenum 8-ounce from Kearney, Nebraska. And that was made between 1906 and 1915. Both these are rare bottles. They look nice. Both made by the same company. So J.E. Keenum was working the Kearney Bottling Co. and the Midway Bottling Works. So these are both blown bottles. They look amazing. So the one on the right is not a bottle I got, but it's an example. So these bottles are both interesting. This one here has root. You can see that embossed. And this one does not have root. They both have LBW on the base, but they're made from the same style of bottle. So it's really interesting. They have the same embossing to see that one of them is missing the 1704 root 14 on it. And this one has none. So I don't know if it's just a different mold somehow, or if it is just in air and it's a really good bottle. So yeah, 2 Lincoln bottles. One of the best Lincoln bottles you can find, quart-wise. There are only 2 quarts. One is a amber CL Elwick. The other is this amazing Shogolithia Springs Co. from Lincoln, Nebraska. These are blown bottles. They look amazing, and they're not too common. So they're fun to find, rare bottles, and huge. Quarts are not common, so great bottle to have. Another bottle here. This is a machine-made one. It's scarce. It's the Lynch Bottling Works, Lynch, Nebraska. Really nice looking bottle with something really unique. It actually has the JS on the bottom, which would be John Schledlack. I believe I said that right, but he was one of the managers of the plant at the time. So it's really cool to see a manager's initials on a Nebraska bottle. It's not too common. Another just unique bottle is the Crystal Bottling Works of Loop City, Nebraska. Very nice. It has the cross, the diamond, and the slug plate. This is similar to that Crawford bottle. So probably around 20s, 1920 I'd bet. I don't think it has a date, but this is a nice 7-ounce bottle. Good looking, not too common. Here's a 1927 Neely Bottling Works. This is a rarer bottle from not a big town. Very nice machine-made bottle and a good-looking find from Nebraska. Another bottle between 1906 and 1915 is the blown Niobrara, Nebraska bottle. Really unique to be slugged with just Niobrara. These bottles are really good, always have nice air bubbles, and seem to be in great condition. So, awesome bottle, one of my favorites. Another extremely rare bottle is the Star Bottling Works from North Platte, Nebraska, made between 1908 and 1915. This is a beautiful blown bottle, amazing. There are tons of variants of this. This bottle actually comes in a normal 8-ounce, 12-ounce, and 24-ounce. It's a really unique bottle, and the base even has a star. How cool is that? Another nice blown 1906 to 1915 bottle, the Omaha Bottling Co. Between 1906 and 1915, O'Neill, Nebraska made a common bottle, produced well. This is blown, but the O'Neill bottling works. Great looking clear bottle, displays phenomenal in the collection. The rare John Kumsick and Sons from St. Paul, Nebraska. From earlier, I compared to the squatty version of what an Auburn would look like. It is a rare bottle between 1909 and 1915. Another common bottle between 1912 and 1930 is the Schuler 7-ounce bottling works from Lincoln, Nebraska. Schuler has a few variants, and if you go back, they even have quart hutches, which are pretty rare. This is a nice bottle, very common. Another rare bottle from a small town, Nebraska town from the 20s is Spalding Bottling Works. It may be hard to see, but this does have a slug, albeit not very obvious. This is another 7-ounce and a really rare bottle to be finding. This is another really low embossed bottle, Spencer Bottling Works from Spencer, Nebraska. It does have an F on the bottom, and that I believe stands for F.H. Jonas. I could be wrong, but he would have been the producer of this soda works and working it at the time that this came out. Between 1909 and 1912, the Union Bottling Works was bottled in Superior, Nebraska. This is a blown bottle, and it is also a manganese bottle, which means the glass has manganese in it, and when hit by the sun, this bottle does indeed turn purple, which makes it even more beautiful. Another bottle you can find is an A. Corvick from Tecumseh, Nebraska. These bottles come after a line of hutches. It is blown and it is beautiful. Nice looking bottle. I have dug these before, so they're not too rare, probably scarce, but they're nice squatty looking sodas. Between 1909 and 1915, Wakefield Bottling Works was running. This is a nice bottle. It's a transition phase, so it is not, unfortunately, a blown bottle. But it's got a nice slug, and it's probably one of my favorite bottles I was gifted. The next really unique bottle is a 1912 to 1930 Elk Bottling Co. bottle with, you guessed it, an elk on it. These are beautiful bottles, I believe made by E.W. Sass of West Point, Nebraska, whose bottle we're going to see next. Between 1908 and 1915, E.W. Sass was running the West Point Bottling Works here, making the E.W. Sass Bottling Works run. And this is a nice blown bottle. It is the variant with the 7-ounce in the middle, and a really great looking bottle. One of my favorites and one that I've wanted for a long time. Between 1912 and 1930, this common Wilbur, Nebraska Bottling Works was made. It is part of the Root Company. It has Root on the base there, and it also has Root embossed on the heel and base is what it meant, which is not too common. I've never seen a double embossed Root, and I only just realized that. But that is a 7-ounce from Wilbur, Nebraska. 1912 to 1930 bottle is the Hag Bottling Co. York, Nebraska 7-ounce. These come in ice blue and ice green. This is a really nice looking bottle. Hag bottled for a long time in York, so this is just another really nice wine to have. Last but not least, we got a hutch. This is a Neodesha Bottling Works from J.M. Moreland, proprietor, Neodesha, Kansas. This is a rare hutch and one I'm blessed to have. I'm a big fan of Kansas, so I was very thankful Justin gave me this. Justin, if you watch this, thank you so much for the collection. It is wonderful, it is awesome, and I'm very thankful to have it.